It's our job to bring awareness and help people to realize that the people that we support, they're not defined by their disability, that there's a person there. There's a person that has hopes and dreams and goals, things that they want out of life.
Community Living Inc. was founded in 1979 as a residential organization for people who have intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Back in the 70s, the state of Maryland, they wanted to save money. So they decided to close down some of the institutions. And they realized that if they took people out of the institution and put them into the community, it would save money. Problem was, these people had lived in the institution for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and then one day they opened the door and say, bye. These people had nowhere to go.
The Arc of Frederick started in 1958 in response to a need for greater supports for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. In 1979, Community Living spun off from the Arc, filling a need for residential services for people with such disabilities.
So we separated from them, and Community Living became the residential part.
When Community Living started, it started with just 2 homes serving 6 people, and it began to grow from there.
But it was a small startup, and like many startups, they don't always get off the ground, but you had some extraordinary leadership.
Over the next several years, CLI grew, incorporating more group homes and serving more individuals. In the late 1990s, the Retirement Our Way program began as a way to give meaningful experiences and activities to older people served at CLI.
Row, we were the first ones for a retirement program. It was actually through a grant that we started Row.
And there were only a handful of people who were in that program at that time.
Having the Row program, they can do what any retired person would do. Let's go out shopping, let's go to the senior center. So it gives that ability not to be run, as in with the day programs, and actually settle down and relax in the retirement years.
In recent years, CLI has expanded even more, adding a new department called Support Services.
We have personal support services, which are supports for people who live on their own or with their families. Somebody may need help with banking or grocery shopping, or just to get to some fun activities, and we can help them in all those different ways.
So it allows the individuals to actually stay in their own home. And so that part I really like about personal supports.
CLI also offers vocational services, which began when the Jeannie Buzzard Center, an organization offering support for people with IDD and DD, suddenly closed in 2012.
It was tragic, but it was like an emergency, all hands on deck. The doors were locked. People had come here to this building that day saying, we can't get in. My child can't, my son, my daughter can't go to Jeannie Buzzard Center today. What's wrong? And it was chaotic. It was really sad. Sometimes bad things happen and good things come out of it. The good thing that came out of that was Community Living began its day program, vocational program, which was much needed. Most of those people who had nowhere to go are in our program today.
Our Vogue program all started when Jeannie Buzzard closed. It just blossomed.
40 years after its creation, CLI's largest program is still residential.
The Community Living residential program consists of 26 homes. We have typically 3 people living in a home. In most of our homes, the residents do not just stay there 24 hours a day. They're out at some sort of a program during the middle hours of the day, usually in the morning till afternoon. But the homes are like home. They're clean, they're well kept. We have a maintenance staff that provides whatever maintenance the homes need. The snow is cleared in the winter, the lawns are mowed in the summer. There's home-cooked meals, and it's a good, safe home environment for our residents.
Across all 4 departments, CLI employs over 250 people, most of whom are direct care staff.
Direct care staff, you see the sacrifices that they make, and you see a lot of people this isn't their only job. They work for other places or they're going to school. They have a difficult but rewarding job.
So this direct support staff aren't just somebody coming in and babysitting. They're learning the individual, they're meeting their needs. Without them, community living would be nothing.
CLI staff is what makes our organization so unique. And it's their close bond with the people we support that ensures the care they provide is not just adequate, but stellar.
My name is Kaylin Warfield and my position is job coach. Josh is one of the individuals I serve. Josh loves Metallica. He loves coffee. I don't know how to describe Josh, but he's awesome. I don't know, I love him so much. I try to refer a lot of people because I'm not saying that we don't need help, but we need help. And it's I don't know, they changed me and who I was.
The biggest change in community living since I started here in 2006 is the size. We've grown probably twice as big as we were back then.
In addition to staff, CLI relies on the support of generous volunteers who help make sure the people we support have meaningful, enjoyable experiences.
Oh my gosh, volunteers are so important to what we do on a daily basis. In fact, we couldn't do what we do without the use of volunteers and all of the hours that they put in to be able to put themselves out there and just be available to help us makes a huge difference in the quality of life for the folks that we serve.
Volunteers are super important because staff only have so many hours in a day. And if we can pull volunteers in, that means they'll be a part of the family here, and I know they'll find a connection because everybody does, it seems. The volunteers keep coming back, the same ones. There's always opportunities.
It's not only rewarding for those already involved in terms of being employees or being served, it's rewarding to volunteer here and see what the agency does as well.
Some of my best friends are people that I've met over the last 10 years, and all I've had to do to make their friendship is to play music at a fall dance that we put on. And through that one little tiny sacrifice of time and energy, I've literally made some of the best friends I've ever made, and they're clients here at CLI and over at the Art.
I think it's important for people in Frederick to support community living because they're doing such special work here in our community. They're working with people with disabilities and making sure they have a voice and have the same opportunities as everybody else has the rights to have.
Number one, I think they care. I think they care about the people they serve and continuing to educate themselves on how to best help these folks just be the same as everybody else.
I think that community living is a very impactful group of individuals who have come together as a great team. Woodsboro is a community-based bank. Partnering with local organizations like Community Living gives us a chance to give back to the community that we serve and hopefully be impactful in helping community living grow and expand their services.
When I wasn't working here and I used to see people with intellectual disabilities, I wasn't afraid, but I didn't know what to expect. So I feel people just don't know what to expect from the guys that we serve, but they're just like all of us. They're pretty awesome.
CLI exists because everyone deserves to have their independence and the little things in life that become a lot more significant when they're all your own.
We love CLI. We got our own deck, as we want to sit out there in summertime.
Yeah.
Like table, chairs.
Without someone doing what community living does, we wouldn't be that community that other communities aspire to be.
Community living.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
On 40 years.
In another 40 years, it's going to be 2059. So let's hope by then, in that year, that inclusion will be a given.
And the most important thing would be total acceptance into the community at large.
May the next 40 be as amazing as these have been.
Thank you, Community Living, for all you do for Frederick County.
Cheers to the next 40.